What's up? I'm Brian here doing another video, and today, if you got the Legacy United Soundwave, you're probably crying in your pillow because they just revealed the Studio Series 86 version of Soundwave, which is a leader class pack, much like the Legacy United one, and comes with 3 cassettes, much like the Legacy United one, except that it replaces one of the characters with a Laserbeak again, but it is a brand new Laserbeak. Now, what I will say is that I understand some people are upset with this, or likely upset by this, because if you just got that figure, you're probably mad because, hey, we're doing this again. And even if you don't bother, even if you don't really care for this, it's still kind of annoying because I would love to have just an initial Transformers Generations line that I could just have on the shelf and not have to worry about getting the next one, but here's the next one already. And with Studio Series 86, I always paired that with what Generations was doing anyways. Like, if you put the 86 Hot Rod next to Legacy United Gears, is anyone going to complain about that? Not really. So, I get the frustration, but what I will say is I'm very happy with some of the new molds. And I'm actually happy more so that they are new molds rather than the molds themselves. I'll explain in a second. But here's Soundwave in his tape cassette mode, or tape cassette player mode, and I like the colors. It's very bright, it's very bold, it's very pleasant. You know, you got the dark blue, you got the silver sides, it's very clean on the side, and you will notice that there is a piece missing on the bottom corner. You can see that the other side, it's there, but there's a cover missing on this. If you're thinking that, oh, it's part of the gimmick, or maybe it's missing for a reason, if you look at the back of the box, it's there. So they just did not have it for the stock images for whatever reason, but, you know, you still get the R, the L on the top, you still get all the buttons, you know, the play, you know, forward, back, whatever, and you still got the button on the top, and that will open the chest, like the casual Soundwave. You also have the gold trims, so all that pretty good for a rectangle. And I'm pretty sure that you could plug the batteries on the back. I'm pretty sure that this can only fit one cassette because you can see how Soundwave's head will be able to fold in. And I'm kind of hoping that there's proper battery storage and it's not just slapped on the back. Anyways, let's take a look at the cassettes. We got Laserbeak in a brand new mold, and it's very clean. I like how the wings aren't really stylized. They're just, you know, triangles. It doesn't have any of the detail inside of the wings, like the red and the blue and the yellow wiring, but I'm totally fine with that because it's going for the cartoon look. The light gray on the sides do kind of bother me because it blends onto the weapons, but overall it's fine, and the head sculpt looks pretty good. It has a prominent amount of red, which I think is fine because it also includes the repaint Buzzsaw, and I'm so glad that we're finally getting more Buzzsaws in the line because they constantly reject him despite the fact that we got so many Laserbeak repaints and remolds, or just the general, you know, Laserbeak. We don't have too many Buzzsaws. We got the Legacy United one, and then we have this. I mean, come on, guys. So it's a nice bright gold, and I'm very happy about that. It is weird that he's in the 86 line because he was not in the 1986 film, but I'm not going to complain. I'm very happy about that. And then we also have Ravage. Now, the body looks fine. It's not as fat-looking as the Siege toy that we had since 2018. Like I was saying, I'm glad that we're actually getting a new mold for Ravage. I'm not sure how I feel about the brand new mold, but I'm glad that it is a new mold because I'm so tired of this Ravage. It needed to change from the get-go because it just did not look right. The tail is fine. I like the fact that it's got the rockets. It's a little more straightforward, but considering the scale, I understand that. I'm not going to complain too much about it. The paws look a little too cutesy. And then his head. That's the one thing that bothers me. It looks like a dog. I don't know. It doesn't really look right to me. But I do like the Decepticon logo. I like the silver on the sides. So, I'm happy about the Ravage. If I'm too bothered by it, I've got so many other Ravages. So, anyways, moving on to the robot mode, and then also the cassette mode. So, obviously, they'll all transform into the rectangles, and you could store one at a time. And I do like the fact that it's still prominent with the colors. You know, you got the red, you got the gold, and then Ravage is all black and silver. But the Soundwave itself is very, very clean, and I'm very happy about that. You know, I got the Netflix Soundwave. If that thing did not yellow, I wouldn't be going after another one. But I feel like the original, while I like the detail for it, I really like the cartoon look this one's going for. You know, look at the legs. It's very styled in the way of the original toy, and I love that. The blue window definitely reminds me more so of when they did the reissue Soundwave recently. And the head sculpt looks very clean. I like the fact that it's, you know, very gray and blue. You know, you got that separation. You've got the red eyes. I know some people would probably prefer yellow, but considering this is the cartoon, I understand red. There's no trim around the Decepticon logo, but I think that's accurate to Soundwave. Would be nice if you got the option to have the Autobot symbol like that error, but I understand why they didn't. You also have the red striping going around. And I will note that the bottom of the arm, or the side of the arm, is all gray, and you have that red stripe broken up. But on the packaging, that could have been dark blue. They show that, and I'm like, I think I prefer the gray. But yeah, look at the shoulders, look at the lower arms. It's so just, I know I keep saying that, but it's so clean looking, and I'm into this. And then taking a look at the other image, he does have both weapons. I like the fact that the top shoulder one looks like it's got a button. And you can see Buzzsaw inside of it. You can see the yellow, but because it's so blue, all the gray just turns to blue. And yeah, I also like the feet. I know that's weird, but the feet look like they're on ball joints. It looks like he's got opening hands. So it's not just a Voyager bumped up to leader. He has some of the leader class, you know, things going on. And, yeah, I'm satisfied. You know, it's not all just repaints like the Legacy United pack. It's all brand new molds. Despite the fact that Laserbeak and Buzzsaw are direct repaints in the same pack, I think that's totally fine. So, what do you guys think? Please comment below. Let me know. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads. And we'll see you guys next time.